For people, welcome back to Global Happiness Today TV. The federal government are not sleeping at all when it comes to the issue of the indigenous people of Biafra and other people who they perceive are the enemies of the state. And they intend to make a move that I do know that the Biafrans or the IPOB members may not like one bit. But before we go into the news proper to find out exactly what these moves are, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you'll see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, the federal government yesterday said that it was continuing to put pressure on its Western allies to proscribe bandits, Boko Haram, and the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, as terrorists. The government said that doing so would severely reduce the funding for the groups, noting that it was doing all within its powers to ensure that a stop is put to the bringing down throughout the country. The Senior Special Assistant to President Muhammad Buhari on Media and Publicity, that's Mr. Garba Shehu, made the assertion yesterday in a reaction to an editorial by Daily Trust newspaper titled "Life Has Lost Its Value Under Buhari's Nigeria." While the federal government had earlier designated both Boko Haram and IPOB, that's Indigenous People of Biafra, as terrorist organizations, last month it finally got a federal high court in Abuja presided over by Justice Taiwo to add bandits to the list. The presidential spokesman stated that aside proscribing the three groups, his friends in the West should partner Nigeria in areas of trade and investment to deplete the reservoir of unemployment Nigerians where the various violent groups recruit their members from. According to the presidency, the economic instability that the pandemic has wreaked has further proven an effective recruitment tool for bandits and these groups across the nation, in particular, and the African continent as a whole. Even as the West continues to extricate itself from Africa militarily, we are lobbying our Western allies aggressively for partnership, investment, and support in other areas, such as proscribing IPOB, that's Indigenous People of Biafra, Boko Haram, and bandits as terrorist groups. This will severely dent their funding. We are asking them for investment in trade and infrastructure to help lessen economic instability and to help with technical assistance, advanced weaponry, intelligence, and ordnance, the presidency stressed. Shehu explained that although this will likely be small comfort to the families and loved ones of those already lost, riding the country of avoidable, or rather, ridding their country of avoidable death is a battle that the federal government is fighting without letting go. Stating that the growing instability and violence in the north of Nigeria and elsewhere were unacceptable, the federal government pointed out that no one, not the least the presidency, underestimates the seriousness of the situation. Every day, the president holds the victims and their families in his thoughts and prayers. Above all, he wishes to reassure them and all Nigerians that tackling the surge of banditry and terrorism remains this government's first priority, the government added. However, Shehu argued that in the respect of violence and terrorism, Nigeria is not unique, arguing that violence and other issues, social menaces, have risen steadily across the entire African continent over the last decade. He maintained that The Economist magazine, in a recent publication, wrote about the next Afghanistan, warning the global community of the horrifying security in its neighborhood, citing specifically the states of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Noting that the presidency understood the frustration of the newspaper and the Nigerians' northern communities about the ongoing challenges of security, Shehu noted that the Buhari administration is no less worried by the situation. The Buhari government argued that it is only fair to say that Nigerians' persistent and continued efforts to suppress the instability have seen results, with groups like Boko Haram, among others, reduced to a shell of its former self. Yet, Now, we Nigerians face a new threat, the worst global health crisis in living memory. Even Nigeria, that proudly holds the mantle of Africa's largest economy, is not immune from its debilitating economic impact of the pandemic. The economic instability that the pandemic has wreaked has proven an effective recruitment tool for bandits and terrorists across the continent. Indeed, the Daily Trust has correctly identified the source of the violence as an amalgam of many complex issues, such as poverty and unemployment. It is equally right to note that in tackling the violence, force alone will not be enough. It is quite wrong, however, to suggest the problem of insecurity is intractable, and more wrong still to claim apathy on the part of the government, the presidency argued. Continuing on what the federal government was doing to eliminate the situation, Shehu stated that the Nigerian military effort have not let up, but admitted that it is true that in the face of today's growing number of threats from Boko Haram bandits, IPOB to run-of-the-mill bandits, the forces were stretched increasingly thin. Second, along the military force, the government is seeking to address what is happening economic wise. Massive infrastructural projects like the coastal rail and the new train from the southern coast through the northeast to our neighbor Niger aim to expand employment and an opportunity across the country, bringing hope to our more remote and poorer regions where bandits and terrorists thrive, he said. The spokesman maintained that Daily Trust suggestion that the president exchanging violence for the support he got electorally was beneath a publication that claimed any kind of political neutrality or integrity. According to the presidency, the focus as Nigerians must be on coming together and ending the violence pervading the country. As President Buhari wrote recently of the issues, the Financial Times, we will defeat them one highway or railway link and one job at a time, the statement added. All right, you have heard what Shehu Gaba has said concerning presidency, and that has to do with the fact that ever since the Sokoto incident happened, the residents in Sokoto were expecting that the president himself will personally pay a personal sympathy visit, condolence visit to them, which they didn't say really. It's like Sahara reporters will call it, say, junketing. But whatever the case is, the media and publicity spokesman to the president, Shehu Gaba, is saying that the president may not be talking much, but he holds Nigerians in his prayers and his thoughts, and he's not sleeping at all. He's doing something, even though he's praying. That's why we're going to wrap it up, because obviously it's obvious that Nigerians are already getting tired. The northern groups are already beginning to scream that there will be murder of all protests, and they're not going to let their guards down. They're now insisting that even IPOB will now be, they're looking at the whole world, the Western countries also prescribing IPOB, prescribing bandits, so that they will stop getting their funding. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take on this? Do have